Hello, my name is Kenya, or you can call me Koya. Either one is fine. I am an artist, and today I want to draw in my sketchbook with you guys. Usually I do a voiceover or something. I just take the time I need and draw. And I wanted to do that with this drawing that I want to try to finish or at least get started today, but I don't think I'll be able to do it justice by doing a voiceover after the fact. If I talk about it as I draw, it may be a bit better, more accurate even. That's what we're doing here. I did one of my favorite pages that I've ever done the other day. I've been working on it over the course of a few days, just kind of coming back and adding to it like I do with my any other sketchbook page, right? And I finally finished it. Here it is. I don't even know if I can even, just the whole page definitely doesn't appear in frame, which I apologize for. I literally can't go any higher than this. This is basically like a magazine collage inspired page for my clown OCs, and it's inspired by like Gyaru style magazines in general, but of course I took big inspiration from Egg because that's like the Gyaru mag, right? But of course I didn't want to do any sort of brand stealing or anything, so I just dubbed it Boiled Egg because I thought that was cute and funny. But yeah, I have two of my clown OCs here, and I thought it would be cool if I can kind of continue it. If this was the cover, continue it, and this could be like a page inside the magazine. I have a great fascination for Gyaru culture in general, mostly the fashion and the expression of it. Like, I understand it's in a big web of like, lifestyle and fashion and appearance and behavior and things like that, right? But wow, I try to combine the same two words twice in two different ways. I don't think I've ever done that before. But mainly from the style and aesthetic standpoint, that's where this is supposed to be highlighted. I've always wanted to do some sort of drawing with my clowns in some sort of like Gyaru lens. So that's what this is. So I have one of my clowns. This is Alice. She is supposed to be like the most femme out of my clown OCs, and then I have Kane here, who is the non-binary one, basically, of my clowns. They use all pronouns. They're not a girl, not a boy, really. So I thought that was interesting how I added them here. So I'm just like, now I can add the rest because I've also gained an interesting infatuation with Gyaru, which is like men's Gyaru. Not exactly just Y2K, but like any span of like Black American culture, but like with men. So like the like swag era, essentially, like the snapbacks, the fashion, like the really baggy clothes. It's just there's like a lot of components, but you can see where it stems from, like Black American like fashion cultures, but especially with men. Not saying that's all that it is, but you can see the inspiration in terms of like the fashion and everything. This is what this page is going to be. So that's what I want to start today, at least. So I guess this is like my introduction to my clown OCs for the channel. I've popped them here and there on my social medias. Like, it started on Instagram when I did a 30-day drawing challenge. I picked a subject and I just drew that subject for 30 days, and I picked clowns. I thought, well, if I'm going to be drawing clowns for like 30 days straight, I might as well have a clown that I can draw in different scenarios and styles and whatnot. So thus the clown OCs are born. I have my original OCs, which I actually have their little character sheets in here. The idea of them was to be that they're essentially just subjects for like the drawing challenge, and then I kind of gave them their own personalities and styles and stuff, so it only made sense to draw them with certain styles, so that's how I ended up having multiple. These are like what I started and who I was drawing for the challenge. So this is Z, and you'll see up here that I have like a sort of like a ethnicity for all of them. It's not really important because I have sort of like a thing where these clowns, they're not exactly like human people, where like they're, the fact that they are clowns, that is like their species. That's kind of like how I have it in my head. But as far as like culture or like anything, like this is what it would be. I just feel like I should explain it because I have multiple ones for I have that on multiple clowns of pages, so just to get that out of the way. But I made a list of things that they like, which is like kind of like their staple items or their staple traits. And then I also made little playlists for each of them just to give them like their flavor of like what they're into and what they like, but through music. So for Z, he's kind of like the candy obsessed, colorful one. This is Alice. She's, like I said, like the femme, kind of like the mother of the group. Like she's the one that like does everybody else's hair and gets clothes and stuff and does makeovers for them and everything. She's very like sensually explicit. Like she's very like open with her expression and like really free and just genuinely a very, I guess, kind of extroverted clown character. And here's another page for her because I just wanted to explore some outfit ideas. She's very alternative as well. So, and then we have Harlan. Well, Z and Alice are kind of the most like traditional clown looking. Well, especially like Alice, she's the one that's kind of like the most traditional clown looking. But Harlan is based off of a Harlequin, which technically isn't really a clown. It's just like almost like a person's profession, I suppose. And he's like the like alternative, like mysterious I guess for lack of a better word, mysterious one out of all the characters. Every time I come back here, I look at this and I can just stare at it for like minutes on end. I love this drawing. But yeah, he's like the dark and mysterious one, I guess. And then we have Zay. I created Zay mainly because I wanted to explore more hairstyles. He's the character that's kind of more like black coated, so his hair is more textured, and I can do like twists or locks, braids, and there's even some drawings in my other sketchbook where it's just completely cut off. So I wanted to have like more of like a masculine character that doesn't just have like the straight long hair or anything like that. Just like I wanted to play around with like more thicker textures and stuff, like closer to my own hair. He's African American coded, so that's part of the reason why I have stuff like that. I guess I can show you his playlist if you want to take a peek at that. There you go. Pause to read. These are the first 4. And then we have Jesse. I haven't done much with him, but I love his design so much. So again, he's technically not a clown. He is based off of a jester, but I feel like it's close enough, so whatever. My characters. I showed him to my friend, and she liked his look a lot, and she like I was telling her about how I wanted to give them each like a base on their ethnicity. So she said that he kind of looks like he could be Japanese, not just generally Asian, but like Japanese. So he's Japanese coded. So I want to incorporate more like Japanese based stuff into his design and everything. And then the most recent one is Kane. This isn't the best drawing. Please don't take this as like their ID picture or anything. I do not love this drawing. I just needed to add them into the book because I created all these back in 2023. I feel like I dated some of these. Where is it? Yeah. I created all these way back in 2023. It is now February of 2026. And I'm just now creating Kane and adding them because I had this page blank. I think because I wanted to leave it in case I added anything else about Jesse, but as you can see, this is very blank and not like nothing's really going on here. So I'm just like, well, this is the perfect place to add this about Kane. So about them in their little playlist, I actually added a second sheet of paper because I know I was going to add more songs for them. But yes, these are V clowns. All that to get into this page where I kind of mapped out some of the things that I want to add. Because I usually don't do this, but I've started to do this specifically with this sketchbook because, for one, the paper isn't very good. I knew the quality of the paper when I got it, which is part of the reason why I got it, because I actually really like the paper, but it's very thin and it's not meant for like drawing like at all, especially mixed media, because I use ink, paint, color pencil, pen, gel pen, marker, all that. So I have to be careful what I layer and where I layer it. And also, I do want this to replicate a magazine in some way. I want to have like certain sections and have it like in some sort of like editorial organization. So that's that. I want to get to drawing now. So there's stuff all over my desk, so I apologize if you hear stuff scraping and moving around as I move this around. Since this is clearest in my head, I'm going to start with this. I already know that I want this one to be Zay, because I have like a very cool outfit thought out for him. Maybe whoever this is a drawing of, I can add a full like outfit picture to go with this. This is going to be like the more traditional Gyaru style hair, and I feel like that would fit either Harlan or Z, but I'm thinking maybe Z because canonically the tips of his hair is like a bright yellow, and I feel like that would look interesting up here. Maybe I should start with this. And I think this is going to be the first time I draw Z without any sort of like hat or anything. Like, I've only ever drawn Z in his traditional outfit, except for in this drawing here. I think. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I looked in my last sketchbook. Just do like a half erasing. This is actually part of the reason why I don't enjoy mapping out pages like this, because there's so much to erase. I really hate erasing. It's not fun. I'm actually very excited. Like, I was trying to keep myself from like going right ahead and finishing this page, but I knew I wanted to make some sort of like video on it, so I literally had to like step away from my desk and not do anything like in this sketchbook or anything, like after finishing this side. To just signal that this is the rest of the hair. It's been such a fun time using this pen. I dubbed it the vegan patty pen because I don't, well, for one, I don't eat like beef or red meat in general, so like but I did think it was cute that it's a burger, so it's a vegan burger. I'm getting a lot more use out of it than I thought I would. I thought it was gonna be like maybe doing like a few doodles here and there, picking one color, but like I've been like using like the multicolor like more than I thought that I would. It's been so long since I've drawn Z. Oh, I miss him actually. I've actually been wondering like what it would look like for me to start talking about my clowns on the channel. I honestly didn't have like any plans to do so, but because I was wondering like how I would naturally do it, if that makes any sense. Like, I could just straight up talk about them, but that would literally like take, I don't even know how long. I was thinking like maybe this could be like an interesting introduction for them. So I feel like if you're interested in this, if you're interested in hearing about other people's OCs, this could be a fun way to experience both or one or the other. Like, less risk, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Okay. So that's a start to Z. Now we're gonna head down to Jessie. Okay, I'm actually really excited because I don't really draw Jessie, so this will be fun. So nose, I think it's a bit more buttony. But it's kind of has like a kinder look in his eyes. As for Z, like Z does too, but he kind of has like a sad but like sleepy look. That's where his name comes from too. It's like sleepy. And his hair is actually going to be brown. Maybe I might add some like highlights or something to it. I guess pro tip, if you do get one of these kinds of pens, I highly suggest keeping a post-it or a piece of scrap paper next to you to kind of clean off as you go, because I mean that's just normally what I do with pens anyway, because I mostly work with pen. But if you are using a bunch of materials such as like colored pencils or like other markers or like gel pens where the ink isn't like completely dry yet and you're trying to constantly color over it, or even like crayon, like if you have something to kind of just clean it off, like, you know, it can kind of get chunky and stuff in there, and I don't know, it's kind of like wiping off a paintbrush. Highly recommend that. It's funny because like even though he's like one of my favorites to draw out of all my OCs, he is my favorite to draw. But I mean, until Kane came along, but it is so, for some reason I mess up the absolute most when drawing his hair because it's color blocked in a very specific way. But for some reason, whenever I want to draw him in any other direction, I always I don't know how, I constantly mess up. So there you go. I constantly mess it up. So I don't know how that keeps happening. It's not even that hard too. It's just, I don't know, I just constantly mess it up. Or actually that's how it starts, because I start doing this and then I'm just like, oh yeah, that's fine. Like, no, I need to practice restraint. I want to give him like a main character, like not even protagonist, just like I guess second lead type of hairstyle here. Actually, something that I really enjoyed doing back when I was really drawing them a lot, I had used Alice and Harlan for the one Family Guy sound where Chris is giving Ryan a makeover and he asks him if he feels bonita, and I thought that was like such a fun thing to draw for. And like since then, or whenever I think about my clown OCs, I think like, oh, I wonder if there's any fun sounds I can use for them, but like I never actually go and look. I'm thinking of just giving him like another hair color in general. Like I've thought about it, like just in general, to see like what other hair color I would give him, but like I don't know. So this is how his hair is blocked. It's black and then like a platinum blonde here, or maybe just like blonde, like bleach blonde generally, like because his part of his lore, I don't know, like his hair is bleached. The part where it's blocked is not naturally blocked. So this is like where I was talking about, it kind of like I'm not sure exactly where the line is between them being like humans who are actually like dressing and like actually maintaining their appearance as clowns, or if like they are clowns and that's like just their species, but like the kind of, I don't know. So I just thought it's funny. It would be funny if he like has to actually maintain this hairstyle. So I'm thinking like this part, like the black can be black, but like I don't know if I want the off color to be like pink or green or something, or maybe it could be bleached but like with a colored tip or something. I don't know. So we'll go back to Z. Also, I think I should just go ahead and put in where the makeup is supposed to be before I actually forget that I'm even supposed to be adding the makeup. something else. I love this so far. Like, although it's him, and I already had it in my head that it was going to be him, like, I I'm imagining that like he was dragged to like some sort of like modeling gig or something by like Alice, and like it's just she's just talking about how it's like a great opportunity or like it will be fun, and then like they dress him up like this, and not like he's miserable or bad or anything. He's just like surprisingly very good at it, and he's just like serving face, and it's just like, I don't know, I just think it's a really funny scenario. Something that I wanted to hopefully tackle with drawing these different hairstyles is like getting a sense of layering hair, because I'm constantly just kind of blobbing things together, and then that's, you know, that's the drawing. But like whenever things actually have to be detailed, like you will not find me really doing much detail that's like planned out. So doing something like this is very interesting in terms of practice, because like, I don't know, like in my head I see what's going on, but like I have to make sure that it actually is going on so people can see what's going on. That's the most that I got right now. Okay, next we have Jesse. I feel like this will be interesting because I actually never pictured Jesse having any sort of like unnatural color in his hair. I don't think it's like a mandatory thing to have any sort of like dye or anything in your hair if you're doing like Gyaru or even like Gyaru. Usually it's like a natural, at least from what I've noticed, they're like natural hair colors. Don't have anything particular for his face because he doesn't really have, at least canonically, he doesn't really have any makeup in his look. So I just want to do like a normal lip for him, and then just fix that up later. He does canonically have like, you know, blush to his look, so I'm gonna do that later. Just very Prince-like, I guess. It's like another main character look, I suppose. You know, I was kind of actually wondering what about this, even though it doesn't look bad or anything, I'm just like, something about this does look off. Because for one, like I said, like I don't draw Jesse super often, or even at all, really. So I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I don't know what he looks like technically, because like, or on paper rather, because I don't draw him super often. But then I realized, like, if whenever I did draw him, he has, you know, the curly, wavy hair like in his face and everything, but like here his eyebrows are exposed to the elements. So like that's probably why everything looks kind of just off, which is a kryptonite of mine. Like that doesn't have anything to do with the character design or anything, or even like the hairstyles I'm trying to draw. It's just I am honestly one of those people who for some reason cannot draw anybody without them having long hair, which is, like I said, part of why Zay was created, because I need to get out of that really bad, especially if I, like, in all honesty, like want to draw like more characters, or more people, whether or not like they're fictional, like that look like me. That's like, I feel like it's kind of crazy that I draw all these characters and people and idols and stuff, but like I have such a hard time. Like, if I were to draw myself, I would have a bit of a hard time because I'm not great at drawing myself or people who look like myself. So I don't know, I think that's kind of cute. May not be super duper even, but that is okay. Okay, now Harlan. Like, out of all of them, this is going to be like the most similar to like the actual hair of the character that I have going on. With this, I think I saw a video of someone styling a wig to have like a Gyaru style to it. So that's kind of where like the more like swishy parts of the hair is coming from. Like, he does have like that, you know, short style, almost wolf cut like hairstyle, but this is supposed to be a bit more like flared and like stylish, like more of like an intentional flair to it rather than just like a natural, you know, hair just being messy. I think I'm gonna do the blonde, but I'm gonna give him like green. I feel like that would look really cool. I've been wanting to try putting him in some sort of like green look, like whether with his clothes or like with his hair, and so I feel like this is my chance to do that. And also, that's part of why I wanted to do like a magazine style page, like whether it's like a Gyaru magazine or not. Like, I've been wanting to do a magazine style thing because I feel like that would be just an excuse for me to put them in like different outfits and style them different. Or I felt like that was something that I can do to kind of like toy around with their looks without it being like completely canon. I'll draw the face before I get too carried away. This is a little bit slimmer. I might have to bring his hairline down a little bit more. Harlan has kind of a like soulless look in his eye. But this is pretty fun. I think I made his eyes a little different, but it's okay. It does have like a stronger nose shape technically. Also, something else I want to get better at is just like giving an actual like general like lip shape. And usually if there's no lip color, this is just what I'll do. So, because he doesn't really have any sort of design or color to his lips, so kind of just what I'll do. Also kind of like how it's more like flared out, his hair, so it's like you can tell that there's like just something extra done to it. Okay. Yeah. I really like these so far. So I think that's what I want to do for those for right now. I'm definitely going to like tweak them, you know, as I go here and there. But I really want to start this. you.